some point in our life, we've all struggled to learn something new or something like we have never learned before, and it feels like sometimes impossible or so difficult. But I've come with a new technique today that can help you to overcome that. It is called the Protege effect. Let's get straight to it. By the way, if you are not subscribed, you can do well to click that button now and subscribe to this channel. I'll be posting more updates on productivity tips that can help you in your daily lives. Now to the big question, what is Protege effect? Well, Protege effect is a phenomenon whereby you learn something and then you go on to teach that topic, that concept, that technique you've learned, and you go on to teach another person, and as a result of that, you yourself, you are learning more on that thing that you're teaching to that person. So that's the basic meaning behind the Protege effect. So you find your Protege and then you teach that person what you basically learned, and then in the process your brain is actively working, and so it helps to retain memory, and then you can easily remember whatever you learned because you taught it to someone already, so you can remember anytime. That's just the basic meaning of the Protege effect. How the Protege effect works for a few reasons. Number one is active engagement. When you start teaching someone, your brain is actively working. I mean, you're tasking your brain like a brain workout, and you're tasking your brain to remember what you've learned so that you can transfer that information from you to the other person. And so it's not like when you're reading a book passively, like you're just reading or you're just watching videos, and you're not really your brain's not actively working at that moment. So the ability to teach someone can help you to understand better. Another reason is that the Protege effect helps you to think critically. Let me use myself as an example. I'm the bass guitarist and I want to teach another student that wants to learn bass guitar. Now I can't just come and to carry bass guitar, and without knowing what I want to teach, I would have thought about it. I would have laid down course outlines of what I want to teach the students, and so it helps to think critically. If I'm just by myself and I learn bass guitar alone, and then I'm able to teach others, then I've not really learned it. You understand what I'm saying? The third reason the Protege effect works is that it boosts your memory. Basically, that's what I'm trying to tell you now. If you want to be a student that can, retain memory and you're able to pass your exams, you should be able to teach others. That's just the basic thing. If you can't teach others, then you yourself, you've not understood what you learned. That means you don't understand what you learned. You just read it in passing, just like to put it to your head and put it down into your exam paper. But if you can explain to others what you've learned, then you have a deeper understanding of that thing, and then anywhere you go, you can be sure that there is no problem at all, and you'll be able to answer questions. How to use the Protege effect? First of all, the first thing you're meant to do is to find the Protege. You need to find someone that you can teach, someone that is interested in what you're about to teach them. Because when you can meet someone that is not interested in what you're about to teach them, I mean, it won't be encouraging, and they won't be able to give you the necessary feedback that you will need. But you can find an inanimate object to talk with. For example, talking to the camera like this is the way of finding your Protege. Just something to talk to, so that you can recall what you've learned, and then you can teach it out. And the second thing is to simplify the concepts. And as Kabakaiten said, if you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it deeply. So that's it. So you have to be able to explain to the minutest level. Like there's a level whereby you can teach it to even probably 4 years old. I mean, I'm not saying it's just be able to understand it to a level that is so deep that you can use analogies, you can use different things to explain what you are about to teach or teach. And the third thing is to test yourself. You should always learn to test yourself. I say people, when you're studying in university, and then they are reading books, like they're scanning through pages. Someone come and say, I read the whole PDF of about 200 pages, and they'll be like, and it feels like as if they are the best in the whole world, something like that. But that's not really how it is, because you can basically, I can read 200 pages of my book and gain nothing. So the best thing to do is to use what I call the active record. Is a way of you test yourself. Like the way I read by active reading. I give myself questions on those topics. So thank God for here today. I ask ChatGPT to give me questions on the topics that I want to read, and then I answer questions based on that topic. So in the process, I'm making my brain active. I am researching. I'm not just reading what some people just wrote down for me. I am also trying to research on why this is the answer for this and that. But so that's a best way to, that's another best method of using a Protege. The fourth thing, which is very, very important, is to be able to use real life examples. I always, if you watch my videos back, I always try to relate everything I'm saying to real life examples. Even this video too, everything I'm saying, I'm relating to real life examples. That's where you can be able to pass what you've learned. I remember when I was in my early days in university, I was learning what's the internet. I had to use real life analogies. That maybe the internet is a street, like a whole village, and then you have the street. Then each street have their own house address, which can be the domain name. Then the IP address, and things like that. I had to use those analogies to understand something as simple as that. I don't need to cram. Like I don't need to put the definition in my mind and be like, oh no. I just use the analogy. If I remember my street, I know what the internet is. And that's all. That's the way you can use the Protege effect effectively. It will go in a long way to help you in your studies, because I see people suffer from this and be like, I'm reading, I don't understand what I'm reading, I'm just reading. And they don't know this technique of the Protege effect. So you teach someone, then you test yourself, and then you just read like analogies. That's the proper way of using the Protege technique.